Hello, y'all. What's up? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for the show, The Never Ever Mets, which is a horrible name for the show, by the way. Season 1, Episode 1. I've actually recorded this review already, and I am having to do it again. But I hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing well. So let's jump right in. All right. This is the show, The Never Ever Mets. We took a poll on it and we decided to do it. So here we are. This show is about individuals who have met online. They have never met each other, hence the name of the show. They're going to meet up for the first time. They're going to live in a home for 3 weeks to see if they're compatible and if they want to move their relationship forward. So I think the way that I'm going to do this review, I'm actually going to start out with just showing the ladies first, because they are the ones who get to the house first, and then I'll get into the background stories of each couple once we start introducing the dates. I think that's the best way to go about it, so just stick around for that. This show, even though it kind of focuses on online dating, and I know it all seems very foolish, I will say that I don't think online dating is completely bad, but I understand why people get a bad taste in their mouth about it. You can meet a lot of crazies. It can have a lot of people thinking they got way more options than they actually have. It can get very predatory. You don't never know who you meeting up with. You could pretend to be somebody this way online and then be another person. So I get it. But I could say my longest running relationship was actually somebody I met online. And when I do date online, when I am dating, I do tend to primarily stick with paid accounts if I'm going to date online, because I just feel like people are a little bit more serious about what they put their money behind. Now, you could very well be strolling for some coochie that you don't mind paying a membership fee for, but most of the time people are trying to find something a smidge more quality if they're going to put their money into it, but of course not all the time. So I'd stick to like a paid account. And despite what they tell you, when you pay, your options do look different than when you are not on a paid account. And I've tested that theory out for myself. And you ain't heard this from me, but TikTok say if you put you a white woman, you also get to see way more options. I don't know if that's true. That's what they say now. That's what they say. You ain't heard that from me. But anyway, y'all. Yeah. Do you online date? Y'all let me know if y'all online date. I do know a lot of women who've had success on Hinge. I've never been on Hinge, but I'm amongst a large network of women, and I know 3 women for sure who met their husbands on Hinge. Some Delta ladies I know, and I know some people who've dated off of Hinge, been in long relationships off of Hinge. So, yeah, when I'm dating, I like to do a little balance of online and in person, if I meet somebody out. So, yeah, that's when I'm doing it. And child, I ain't doing it right now. But let's get to the review. Okay, so the ladies are the first to arrive. They are in their traveling clothes and they're running all around the house, and they just looking like, where the men at? Where the boys? But they're not there yet. So they going into different rooms and they're having conversation amongst each other. We find out that they are all going to be sleeping in the same room. Why? That house is huge. I don't understand why they couldn't bunk up 2 by 2 or something along those lines. I just don't know why they crammed them all in one room. Now, I'm not against them having a roommate, because it'll keep some of that, some other situations from happening, if you know what I mean, when you all in the same house. Now, that's going to happen regardless, but, you don't want that to be the only thing they doing, because you got other things you need to focus on. But I just could not understand why they had them crammed up in their room like that. I'm like, what kind of Airbnb is this? What's the other rooms? Decoration? But they got them all in one room. So the girl in the blue diamond says that she need to find somewhere else to sleep, because she's not sleeping in there with a bunch of women, because women are catty. I said, that's the last thing I'd be concerned about. I don't know which one of y'all snore, who talk in they sleep, who got a CPAP machine, who be farting. I don't really know what's going on in this room with all these beds in it. But she go peek in the men's room. I said, you gonna sleep in there with the men, Diamond? Is that a better alternative for you? Whatever, child. I don't even like when people get to talking about. Don't get me started. Y'all know how I feel about stuff like that. They also sit down and have like a round table discussion about how long they've been with all of their guys. And the girls are gagged about Shay and the 12 years that she has been with Josh, and they have never met. They are completely shocked. So they get to going around, well, I thought 10 months was bad. I thought 6 months was bad. I thought 9 months was bad. All of it's bad. All all of it is bad if you ask me. But 12 years is a bit much, but I always tread lightly when I'm slightly in the same position as another woman, because one thing about them tables, y'all, they always turn. And I used to be super judgmental. Like, I still got a lot of judgment in me, but imagine how bad it used to be back in the day when I was young and naive. I really thought I knew what was going on, child. And I'm always really careful when I have discussions with women about kids or about men or about marriage or about whatever, because even though I feel like I wouldn't find myself there, you never really know what you might could find yourself. Like, I know we all got some hard nose. It's some hard nose for me, for sure. But certain things I be careful about putting my mouth on, because I don't want to find myself in that same situation. So you could be gagged. I would have been gagged, but I wouldn't have said too much of nothing else, because I'm still sitting over here a fool and ain't met somebody in damn near a year. So let me not get to talking too much on your situation. They also end up meeting up with their coach, Taronda Jones. She sounds like MC Light to me. But they end up meeting up with her, and she's telling them to go get dressed, go get ready, because they are going to meet up with their men. And I'm glad, because I still got my travel clothes on, girl. What we about to do? And the girls are really excited. They're going to go get dressed so they can meet the guys for the first time. Okay, the first date was between Brandon and Sienna. Brandon is 45, Sienna is 43. They have been dating now for 10 months. She tells us what she would like to do is to take their friendship to a more romantic connection. One of the problems that they've been having in their relationship is that Brandon has small children. Now, we don't get into the ages of I can't talk, y'all. We don't get into the ages of those children just yet, but maybe as the episodes go on, we'll find out. They go to a cooking class, and when they meet each other, it's a good meeting. You can tell he finds her to be very attractive. He says that this must be what winning the lotto feels like. And Sienna looks good, but them faux locks, she got a bunch of them on her head. You know, sometimes you can put, when you do a crochet, you can overdo it on the crochets, and you got too many faux locks in your head. She got a lot of locks in her head. And then the way she styled them, they all across her forehead, and it's just so much faux lock going on. I've done that before, put a whole bunch of faux locks in my head, and it's a lot, child. You don't realize it till you take a picture or something. But anyway, they had this cooking class, and when he hands her the flowers, now look, I know we all excited, but Sienna, why she turning into a turkey or some type of bird of the fowl area? She was just like, thank you. I said, what, Sienna? What's going on, baby? You okay? I know she must have been excited, child. She hit that gobble gobble on him, but she loved the date. They did have a lot of chemistry, and so we're going to see where they go moving forward, but I thought their date went well. Now, I normally don't like to call it too early. I like to give people a chance, but as soon as they came up on the screen, it was a no for me. Dominique said that they're going to do some yoga. Sorry, Dominique, let me introduce y'all to everybody, is 31. What my note said? Dominique is 31 and Alexis is 30. Okay. And when Dominique said they was going to do some yoga and the camera panned out and showed his thick ass, I said, he ain't do it. He didn't know yoga a day in his life. But we gonna make believe that they doing yoga. So she show up in her workout clothes. Dominique is not impressed. He is not feeling it. He says that her body does not look like what she has been showing him in photos. Now, when I saw the pictures of her in the photos, Alexis is she doing angles. She is doing angles. She is showing, it's appearing that she got a little bit more hip and more of a snatch waist than maybe she has in person. But I still think she had a very nice body in person. Them titties is hers. Okay. And they are very jubilant. And she do got a booty. She got that regular, like, how you got ladies, we got that little bit of pouch, like that little bit of fupa. I think she had a little bit of that. But other than that, I still thought her body was nice. But he says that she's attractive, but it's not what he thought it would be. It's not the perfection that she was showing in the photos. Okay, Dominique. But he gonna still try to work with it. You want to know why? Because he horny. And that's the reason why they having a yoga date, so he could see her in some tight fitting workout clothes, and so that he could have the opportunity to push up on her and bend her over, which is exactly what he did. I'm not even going to show it, honey, because this ain't no family friendly channel, but I'm not going to show what he was doing. But he definitely had old girl bent completely over, and she was allowing it because guess what? Alexis horny too. Okay, they both some hornballs. I forgot to mention they have been exclusively, she said they dating exclusively, dating for 6 months. The vibe I get from both of them is that they're both childish and they have a lot of growing up to do. That's what I felt immediately. I actually put it in my notes. They also both, Dominique mentions that they're both clingy. They both don't play about each other. They don't want them talking to other people. He don't want her talking to other people. She don't want him talking to other people, and he don't want her talking to other people. And as they continue to talk and go about the date, he says that at first he wasn't really attracted and he was thinking negative, but now that they vibe and he can kind of work with it and see where it goes. That's always a bad idea, especially when you're dealing with a man that's immature as Dominique. Now, if you're a man of maturity and you done had a bunch of beautiful women in the past, you might be looking for something different, but for the most part, men are very visual and they want somebody that's nice to look at. And when they're young, they want somebody that's nice to look at and somebody that other people find nice to look at, mainly they homeboys. They want a woman that is nice to look at. They need to be attracted to her. Yes, it's superficial. Yes, I know sometimes as ladies we don't like it, but it's who they are. Decide if you want to deal with it or not. They want somebody that is nice to look at. If love is blind, ain't taught y'all nothing else, it's very important. It don't matter what conversation go on behind them curtains. When they come out, it is very important that those men feel very drawn and very attracted to those women. And I noticed immediately when he said he wasn't attracted, I already said that's even further of a wrap. On top of everything else, them being childish. They both got 2 kids, I think. He's saying he want more kids. He joking about pregnancy. Don't joke about pregnancy with me. Don't sit there talking about the goal is to not get pregnant. She was laughing. That's not funny, Alexis. You already got 2. That's not funny to me. Okay, that's sexual assault. I have you arrested for saying you gonna get me pregnant. Don't threaten me. That's a threat. Do not threaten me like that. You will not be getting me pregnant. But they have a lot of sexual chemistry, but other than that, I just don't see it. And it's disappointing that you didn't even find her attractive, but you would have still hit. But it's just what it is, child. It's a no for me though. I thought this date went well. Josh is 32. Shay is 30. These are the 2 individuals who have been together for 12 years. They met on Facebook. Yes, it's crazy. 12 years is a long time to not see each other at least once. Josh has taken her to the Santa Monica Pier. And that's another thing. Why they didn't tell these girls what they was doing? It seemed like Alexis was the only one who knew to wear workout clothes. Everybody else should have got a memo about the date because Shay had on heels. Now, she was handling it, but yeah, it would have been nice to know that we was going to the Santa Monica Pier, which is a cute little date. Cute little date for anybody, whoever going out to, LA, Santa Monica, any of those areas. That's a cute little vibe. I done been out there before. But Josh tells us that he does have 2 children. One is 13 and one is 3. But that has played a part in why they haven't seen each other because he can't get too far away from the kids. But speaking of them kids, y'all been talking for 12 years and you got a 3-year-old. Was y'all on a break? Were y'all not dating exclusively? Did y'all have an agreement? We're going to find out more about that. But Shay does say their relationship has been a lot of love and lust and arguments, and it's been hard times and good times. So maybe the 3-year-old was some of the, more difficult times. I don't really know, Josh. We need some clarity on that. But he has a 3-year-old child. Okay. Josh says that a lot of his issue with Shay and not meeting has been because he has been scared. He has been nervous about it. He says that he has experienced a lot of trauma in his life, a lot of childhood trauma, and he has been able to discuss it with her and be open with her. It's just somebody he can really be vulnerable with. And he wants to feel loved. He wants to know what it feels like to feel love. Now, I am concerned a little bit by that because you shouldn't be trying to heal your childhood wounds through a relationship with somebody. That's something that you have to heal on your own, preferably before you start having the children's. But if you want to feel love, Josh, you ain't gonna have to wait too long, baby, because Shay, Shay is very boisterous. She is very straightforward. And she went ahead and gave him that. She slobbed him down. Okay. They probably wasn't standing in front of each other a good 30 seconds. And she went ahead and did what needed to be done. You ain't gonna have to wait long to feel no love, Josh. She gonna show you. No problem. I said, Shay, I know that's right. She said, it's been 12 years. I'm finna to get mine. But their date went well. Now, this was a good date, but I got my eye on y'all two. I got my good eye on y'all two. Because how about these two both live in Los Angeles? Same city. They been flirting online for 3 years, but ain't never took the leap. I said, did y'all just want to be on the show? Because how y'all mess around being in the same city ain't met each other for 3 years? Millie is 32. Greg is 31. So I'ma hope they being for real about this. But what has stopped Greg from meeting Millie is that he has felt like, I just really don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to just keep flirting online. I ain't really going to do nothing serious with her, because what if I screw it up? He is planning a date for her. He knows that she likes birds. So he's planning a bird themed date. And not bird like she ain't got no sense bird, but real birds, y'all, of the air. Well, in her case, of the land persuasion. So she says, Millie, while she's riding there, she's just hoping he really is 6'2", like he says. She is a tall woman, and I love to see tall people together. I love seeing them genetics being carried forward. When I see a tall person with the darn near midget, I just be thinking to myself, we about to get Genghis Khan up out of here, Charlie. Everybody gonna be short in a minute. Y'all just... I need them to continue to pair up with each other so we can get a little bit more of them tall genetics out in the world. But I love seeing tall people together. I really do. So anyway, Greg is actually 6'2", because I think she had on a little heel and she was still around his height. So she must be like 5'10" herself, but she looks tall. Beautiful girl though. And they get into these little pedal boats, and I'm telling you, them pedal boats will have you tied. They look all cute. But unless you just sit there and don't move, it ain't cute at all, baby. I got to sweating real bad on one of them pedal boats. It was not romantic, but it was cute enough for them. And then he takes her to a table where he has a giant penguin waiting on her because she loves penguins. So that was sweet. This is a date I actually liked as well. They seem to have vibe with each other pretty good, and they're both great looking people. He says that he all in if she all in, and he'll take the lead on it. And I appreciated that. Now, what Greg did say that caused me was some concern, where he was like, she's gorgeous. She's more than I ever could have imagined. But, I can't let her know that, because women like when you play hard to get. I don't. No. I mean, I guess if you're dealing with like a more childish woman, she might like a little chase. But no. You get to playing hard to get, I'm going to leave. I'm going to assume you don't like me, and I'm going to go ahead and leave. But okay, Greg. I ain't never met a Greg that, I ain't been fond of. So I'm going to give Greg that. He got the name good already. Because I started logging through Gregs in my head, and I was like, you know what? I like Gregs. That's a good name. Every Greg I have met, I pretty much, I ain't never dated one, but I've been pretty cool with the Gregs. So hopefully Greg continue to be cool, because his namesake is cool. I done met some good Gregs. But we're going to see where the two of them go. And I hope they not playing with us, because y'all both live in the same city. And we don't have time for no games. I don't have much to say about this date. The date went terrible. It did not go well at all. Aaron is 27. Sorry, y'all. I should have started like that. Aaron is 27. Joanna is 31. They met on social media, and they've been dealing with each other, talking to each other for 9 months. Now, when they showed pictures of Aaron, I can see why she was drawn to him, because, baby, I do love muscles. I love me some muscles. Now, I don't really care how the muscles come packaged. I don't care if they come in a short man. I don't care if they come in a strong skinny. And you know what strong skinny is. I should not have to describe it to you. I don't care if it come in a thick muscle. I just love muscles. I really do. But you can't always get what you want. Most of the men that I've dated and been with for a long term have been out of shape. But it is what it is. I love them. I love the men. Aaron planned a date, and I think the issue was Aaron was really trying to impress her. Aaron is 27. You do a lot of that when you younger child. You really be trying to impress whoever it is you dealing with. You really be trying to let them know you got something going on and you know what's up. So he planned a date that was centered around trying to impress her. Wasn't really centered around things they had in common, things he enjoyed and she enjoyed. It was really more so, okay, how can I show her that I like what she like, basically. So he tried to do a salsa dance and it didn't really go that well. He had some wine there. He didn't know how to open it. It wasn't all that good. Okay. It wasn't that great, but it wasn't nothing to fall out over. Like, it wasn't anything that I would have been super irritated with. Joanna has a certain personality type that I'm not sure if I like. I'm trying not to do too much, but I just didn't think that. I think that the date already wasn't going over that well, but I would just say she wasn't making it any better. The date was awkward to me. She seemed irritated with him the entire time, but it started from the very beginning. So when Aaron said that she has a lot of guards up, around her, what did he say? She has a lot of roadblocks up around her. She doesn't want to let anybody get too close. I do believe that. I believe that. And I feel like she was showing it from the very beginning. Like, oh, why he just standing there? Like, I feel like he trying to make it all romantic. You ain't even got to do all of that. Why wouldn't you want somebody to romance you? Like, have you been romanced before and got scammed? And you still thinking about it? Because that I can understand if you got love bombed and now you just kind of on the hunt now. Don't try to love bomb me. Then she, rolled her eyes at him when he couldn't open up the wine. I said, Aaron, you should have practiced, baby. You should have watched a YouTube video before you pulled that wine out. I don't know, y'all. She just seemed to be irritated with him. She don't seem to like him that much. When he said that he tried to come see her one time, but he had lost his ID, I had to side eye for that because because why didn't you plan another trip? Did you have a flight credit after that? Was you already out and lost your ID? Like, I would have been irritated with him too, child. I don't even know if we would have made it at that point. But yeah, I just, I don't know how these two are gonna work. It remains to be seen. Sandia, girl, you don't know what's going on. Sandia's 27, Chris is 34. They've been talking for about 3 months. She likes that he is very ambitious. We also find out Sienna says she's a Christian. And she is from Haiti. She has very strong beliefs around family. And I wrote in my notes, when she said that he was very honest and blunt, I wrote in my notes that he was mean. I wrote Chris is mean, like right after she said that. And I'm not saying this happens in every case, but whenever people describe themselves as I might rub you the wrong way and I'm real blunt and I'm real this and I'm real that, it usually means that they're either mean or at the very least rude. There's a difference between being a real person, keeping it real, and keeping it rude. And a lot of people keep it rude. And that goes for men and women. When you start, I just tell the truth. I tell it like it is and people can't handle it. No, your ass is probably rude. All right. I know some blunt people. I know some honest people. But I also know some people that's just flat out rude and they doing stuff for a reaction. And that's how I feel Chris is. And my notion was right because he proved it later on in the episode. But we're going to talk about it. Now, Sandia, I'm gonna give you a little piece of advice. Now, you said that you like that Chris was ambitious, but your only problem was he loved strip clubs and he loved to flirt. Okay. If you're gonna say that you grew up in a family with a strong Christian background and you got strong family values and Christian values and all of this, and that's the woman that you want to present yourself to be, behind closed doors, you're gonna have to make sure to keep sex off the table. Because when Chris said, oh, we have a lot of sexual chemistry. It's been a lot of tension around that. We've been sexting. That's one of the first things that he said about you and y'all's relationship. And I think he did it to embarrass you. I don't have no proof of that, but I think he did it to embarrass you because you present differently than you maybe are behind the scenes with him. Y'all 3 months in, don't be doing all of that. Right? Especially if you want him to respect you for your strong values, your Christian values, or what have you, leave sex off the table. Because A, they not going to keep your secret, and B, they not going to believe you. Okay, they not gonna believe nothing you talking about, because that's not what you did with me, and that's not what you showing. And while I will say that I ain't saying no woman got to be perfect. If you don't care about him caring about your, whole Christian values, hey, baby, do what you want to do. But if you're going to present yourself to be that way and you want him to respect you for those things, don't even bring up sex. Like, if y'all might have a little kiki every now and then, little conversation, but for the most part, do not even come with the sex. Don't lead with the sex, because it's hard to go backwards after you already start doing that. Okay? And you see, he didn't keep none of y'all secrets. He went ahead and told everybody that's what y'all been doing. So, 3 months in, baby, don't even do it. Anyway, the date went well. And I was having some hopes, like, maybe I'm being negative. Maybe I'm being too hard on this man. But nope, I'm going to trust my vibe about Chris. And I'm glad I did. Because what was giving me the creepy crawlies what was giving me the creepy crawlies, the ick, is what I was trying to say with Chris, is when he surprised her with the helicopter. It's something she's always wanted to do. But as they got into it and as they were on the helicopter ride, he was like, how, you excited? Are you happy? Are you this? It's like he was trying to get her to react more. She wasn't giving enough for him. She wasn't excited enough for him. That's what I felt. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'm just being too hard on him. But my feeling was right. Oh, you got to trust your Auntie JoJo. My feeling was right. We're going to talk about it. Okay, and this was our last day. I hope I got his name right. Is it Aaron? Aaron is 51 years old. Diamond is 44. And they have been dating for 5 years. Okay. Now, Diamond is the same one who said she don't do the women because the women is catty. Remember all that? But I noticed she was at the house getting in everybody's business. I found that was interesting. She wanted to start the round table discussion about what everybody wanted in their relationship, but you think all these women is catty. See, they be the ones, them be the main ones. I keep an eye on them because they always saying we catty, but they be the ones wanting to know everybody's business. So is you the catty one? Why you want to know everything so bad, Diamond? But that's not the point. Let's talk about this relationship. So Aaron tells us that they're both preachers' kids, and he really felt like he found a best friend in Diamond. However, one thing they got to hash out at the very beginning of the date, after she receives her flowers and her perfume, is the fact that he showed a ring on social media probably right after they became exclusive, and the ring was for some other woman that he planned to propose to. And she want to know why he did that. Aaron said he made a mistake. He wasn't thinking. All these other lies, y'all, just lies. And he wants to know, can he have her forgiveness? And she says she don't know, maybe. She gonna make him sweat a little bit. But she says that she still believes in love. Nothing wrong with that. She still believes in fairy tales. Something is wrong with that. And she feel like she in a fairy tale right now. No, you not. Let me say this, ladies. We got to get out of that fairy tale mentality, especially once we get in our 30s and 40s. We don't have time for that. As a matter of fact, all these years of dating, we ain't got time for that. And they get up and leave. They head to the house, and now it's time to discuss all of the things that happened at the house. Oh, one thing I forgot to add that I put in my notes. If you can afford a ring, you could have afforded a plane ticket. Aaron, miss me with the BS. We get back to the house. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's having a good time. The guys are cooking spaghetti. Joanna and Dominique, they both from Chicago. They dapping each other up, laughing. Are you from England? I'm from Chicago too. Just holler, child. Just a whole bunch of niggertry that I do enjoy. When we just get to talking loud for no reason. Acting like it's a family reunion. I do enjoy when we do that. So that's what they was doing. Everybody was co-mingling. Everybody was getting along. They end up telling Aaron, the older one, that they told Diamond they ain't gonna have to worry about him because he 51 and he could teach these boys something. Please teach them something. I said, Shay and Alexis, because that's who told him that. Y'all don't even know that this man is a fool. He was in his late 40s when he was buying rings for another woman and putting them on Facebook or whatever social media they was on, probably Facebook, child. He ain't nothing. He can't teach nobody nothing. He can't even teach himself. See, with age don't always come wisdom. So I was just looking at them with the side eye like, girl, shut up. Anyway, everybody is mingling and getting along and talking, and Dominique is starting to look at Alexis with the side eye because he feel like Alexis is doing a little much, feel like she being a little flirtatious, and he don't understand why she doing all of that in front of him. But what I want to know is why Alexis set a young Aaron up, okay, young Aaron, the 27-year-old, to spit some bars for everybody. And child, I'm not even gonna try to mimic it. I pray I don't get no copyright strike, but I'm gonna have to show y'all Aaron
singer and rapper
and his rap.
Spit something. All right, so I think it's funny. I think it's ironic that is fired. She got that water. Be flexing like they LA Fitness, like they got the riches, but don't got a dollar. Back in the day, I was dogging these hoes, but I'm trying to be kept. So no, I got a collar. Okay.
I bet y'all were ready for that. Aaron said, I got some bars for your ass. Oh, y'all. As soon as Alexis said, go ahead and spit something for me, I said, girl, you set him up. You set him up. And everybody's facial expressions was killing me. Anyway, so later on, we have some of the fellas meeting up in the room. Look like they was playing some dominoes. And this is when Chris shows his raggedy hand. So Brandon is talking to the guys, and Chris says, you sound like, he didn't call him a simp. He said, oh, I bet you a lover boy. You the type to do whatever your woman wants you to do, huh? You the type to do whatever. I ain't like that. That's not how I move. See, the way I move is, I'm going to take you on 2 to 3 dates. I'm going to show you a good time. I'm going to do everything you ever wanted me to do. And then I'm going to drop you and I'm going to be done. And Brenda was like, nah, that's playing games. You playing games. And he was just like, see, what you guys don't understand is a woman always looking for the next man. She always looking for the next man. So that's why I talk to multiple women. Me and Sandia, we not exclusive. We not doing nothing. I talk to all kind of women, and I date them. I'll show them a good time, and then I'll be done with them, and I'll move on to the next because they always looking for the next man. Okay. Do I believe, I'm trying to figure out how I want to dice this up. Number one, the fact that he saw her standing over there, because at some point he did. And do you know he did his hand and told her, bye, as if to tell her, you eavesdrop and get away? I was like, Sandia. Okay, but let's take it one step at a time. So first of all, I believe that what Chris might be talking about, I think, is when women roster dates. So before you become exclusive with a man, before you guys agree that it's just going to be the two of you, you kind of date different men until you find the one that's the most compatible with you or the one that's ready to be serious about you. I actually don't have a problem with that. And no, this does not mean you have sex with all of these men. Because I know somebody going, well, you being ran through. Child, I done told y'all, we over 30, we all ran through. I don't give a damn if you only had sex with 2 people. We welcome to the trash bin. But I'm not saying you have to have sex with all of them, but you do need to see who is serious about you and don't need to place all your bets on one person. I have done that before when I was younger. I do not recommend it. Men are always saying that we shouldn't be scared of competition because there's women all around who want them. So I don't think they should be scared of competition either. The best man is going to be the one that you choose, the one that's the most compatible with you, the one that has the attributes and the things that you like, and the one that's the most serious about you as well. I've put all my bets on one guy and we weren't even exclusive yet. And I always end up regretting it because you may spend months and all of this time. If you're going to do it that way, if you only going to date one person at a time, I would recommend if they not being serious after a few months, then just go ahead and cut it. Like, don't give them too much time to play with your time. So that may be what he's speaking of. I think that women need to be doing it because our value is time. That's the thing that I, as a woman, value the most is my time. I can't get it back. And if you want children and you want marriage, you are on the clock. You know, if you want both of those things. So we don't have time to waste. It's not like spending money on something the way that I find men get very emotional about their money. You can get money back. I can make money back. I wish all I did was give somebody some money. I have given people time, years and years worth of my time that I can't get back. And I've been very bitter about that before. So I understand, we just don't have the time to waste, and you can feel how you feel about it. So then he talks about how he talks about, when I think about Chris and the way that he's explaining it, I almost wonder if he feels like he's been played by a woman before, or he was dating a woman, spending money on a woman, and she didn't choose him, and so now he's pissed off about it. Well, look, the beauty of it, Chris, is you can go make some more money. Okay, I don't know how much you spent, but you can go make some more money. I can't make no more time, baby. I can't make no more time if I get it wasted. I know it don't sound fair, but hey, the value is a little bit different. But he seems to just be the type of guy who is going to play games with a woman, and he is going to make sure he humbles you before you ever get the opportunity to humble him. It screams insecurity to me. He looks like Safari, so I wouldn't even have been drawn to him just for that reason alone. Unfortunately. But I hope Sandia sees what's going on and believe him when he says the things that he is saying, child. He not going to treat you no different. Look at Sandia. Sandia is from another country with different values, a different belief system. She is soft. She smell good. She got a nice body. She's a beautiful girl. And you ain't even got to get your passport to go get her. She right here in front of you. And you still are disrespecting her. I definitely know that Chris has been spending some time in front of the microphone on YouTube for 3 and 4 hours watching videos of men giving him dating advice, and those men probably are not married, probably don't have a woman, and probably run through women just like he want to do. And that's what he gonna do to Sandia, even though she is everything that somebody would say they would want in a wife anyway, just from what we can see on surface face value. So Sandia, girl, believe what he say. I would have packed my bags right now, because not only did you embarrass me, but you tried to embarrass me in front of other people. And when you woke up that morning, you would have been there by yourself. You better see if you can get it in with one of these other women, because I'm gone. And lastly, these two. I hope they get sent home. I don't want to see them the rest of the season. My thoughts about them both being childish was correct. Dominique feels like Alexis disrespected him because she was talking about Greg's hoochie daddy shorts, and she was making a joke about it, and she did a little dance, and she just kept telling him, like, you got on your hoochie shorts, you went on hoochie shorts, you had them on this morning. She was picking on him, she was talking about him, but Dominique feel like you must like them hoochie shorts because you keep talking about it. And he took it as being flirtatious. I don't know. Perhaps, like, maybe that I would have seen that as flirtatious, but I didn't see her communication with Aaron as flirtatious when she told him to rap, and Dominique was already mad about that. So it seems like if Alexis talks to any man and she's laughing and giggling, that's flirtatious to him. It's not her just being nice. He don't like that. So I can give him the Greg thing, but Aaron, he was off base with that one, and he already said they both are very jealous and possessive and all of that stuff, and he showed his hand when he when he was getting mad about her talking to those other guys. So she admits that the Greg thing might have been taking it too far. I apologize for that. And he proceeds to keep telling her, like, I'm gonna tell somebody they got a fat ass, and then you gonna see how I feel. I'm gonna tell somebody they got a fat ass, because he didn't feel like her apology was serious. So they get to arguing. She said he did say that he felt like she was rolling up on her. Now, if that's what you was doing, Alexis, you can't be rolling up on these guys, because they'll go loco on you. Some of them don't care about hitting no woman. And we saw that when they did get together. Now, they were both laughing. And this is the part where I was like, okay, this is very toxic. And Dominique can't handle his emotions. The reason why I say that is because they were laughing about it. Alexis was anyway. And he just continued to be like, have I ever disrespected you? Have I ever disrespected you? And she just kind of laughing, like, you don't know if they serious or if they just playing. And then he pushes her, and there was some force behind that push. He pushed her off of him, and she was just like, don't be pushing me. Don't be pushing me. So then she kind of walked up on him again, and then she ends up swinging on him. And he pushed her again. He pushed her like, I mean, he would have fought her, like he would have threw hands with her had somebody not got in there and broke it up, because he did push her more than one time. And that's when she swung on him. So I was just like, Alexis, girl, back up. Don't even fight with this fool no more. He is crazy. This is what happened when you get lustful with somebody and you don't really even know who they are. And I really think a lot of his anger was coming from the fact that he wasn't that attracted to her, and she had the nerve in his eyes to be flirting in front of him when I ain't even really want you. He felt some type of way about that. Like, how dare you? How dare you be finding other men attractive when I'm taking a chance on you? That's the vibe I was getting. Shay felt like Dominique was there to party anyway. Alexis, I don't I don't know. I don't think she ready for nothing serious anyway, especially not, they ain't about to get nothing with Dominique. I don't want to see no domestic violence on this show, so I really want them to go home. But he did put hands on her. I did see that. I definitely did. And he did do it more than one. Did he hit her? Like, was there like a slight slap going on? I know he pushed her for sure. I would have to go back and watch it, but I don't want to see none of that. So I'm hoping that they have to go home. That's not, they wasn't gonna work anyway. But y'all can tell me what y'all thought about the show. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.